Right, it's the Northern Boy Show. Hello.
Hey. Dum 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 dum.
And tonight, answering questions on Mastermind, the specialist subject, the life of Kev. Here we have Kev.
Hi. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Kev.
Robin, yes, specialist subject, Kev.
Oh,
so
Kev.
Kevin, where were you born?
Oh, in Sutton Caulfield.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Correct. 10 points.
Points or pints.
He's doing well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Should we get saucy already? Go on. First girlfriend.
First girlfriend.
Name, address and phone number.
Trying to think. Where did she live?
Well, she probably doesn't live there now.
Forgotten her name.
No.
Well, it's that long ago, isn't it?
Oh, that makes her feel special, doesn't it? If you were Kev's first girl, what age would you?
Oh, when I had my first girlfriend. Well, it depends what.
No, I mean...
Not your first shag.
No. Oh, well. How old was I, did you say?
Yeah, we're trying to narrow...
14.
Right, okay.
Your first girlfriend? No, I mean, like... Because, I was 3.
Oh, sorry. I was about 18 months, probably.
That was your mother.
No.
No points. Next.
You're crap at this subject.
No, her name was Napoli, my girlfriend.
Napoli.
Napoli.
Okay.
Yeah. She used
That's
to
a
wear them.
place.
Sorry?
That's a place.
No, it isn't.
It is. It's in Italy.
Yeah, it is. And it's also the name of a girl.
Okay.
Ah.
I should have been Natalie.
Yeah, well, close. But not quite.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Fine.
Do we believe that one? I'm not sure.
No, not at all.
I've
We'll
never
get there
heard
in
of
the end.
anyone called Napoli.
No, me.
No. Well, they wouldn't, would they?
No.
It's always the first.
We think we're making that one up, Kev. So we're getting no points. In fact, we're going to deduct you 5.
Oh.
So your next question on your special subject of Kev is, what was your best subject at school?
My best subject at school was sport.
Why am I not surprised?
Right. Well,
Okay, well, he's got that right, so 10 points for
that's
that.
that kind of a big, which particular sport?
Oh, lots of things that I did. Badminton, tennis and squash.
Oh, rackets.
Yeah.
You're a bit of a racketeer.
Yeah, racketeer.
I was
yes.
into racket, and I don't know why.
He's still into rackets.
And yeah, I'm a racketing a great career up. Anyway, what I did as well was I used to swap hands. So they used to say, "What
I mean,
side?"
you can unscrew your hands.
No, not quite.
Oh.
But I used to play tennis, and I'd swap to the. If trying to do a backhand, I'd just swap the racket over and play a forehand with my left.
Hey, see, ambidextrous and all that.
He likes to think so.
Train myself to be.
Yeah.
And then the same with my football. I couldn't understand why I wrote right-handed and played football left-footed. So I trained myself to use the right. So I became two-footed.
Like George Best.
That's him.
Huh?
And that was fantastic. That really helped me to get to a professional level.
Right, so you said at school your favourite subject was sport, and it was rackets, and yet you ended up being a semi-pro footballer.
Yeah. Well,
Okay. Was football your favourite subject then?
Yeah, it was one of them.
One of them. Okay.
But it probably would be overall my best because I loved playing it. I used to play it every day. Where squash and tennis I didn't play every day.
Well, squash is hard to play with at school because schools don't have squash courts,
No, they don't.
generally speaking. Okay, so far he's got 20 points out of 30. You got 1 point now?
No, I just have. When I got to be at least semi-professional footballer.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. What? How does that work then? Because professional footballers do football all the time.
Well, semi-pro is I got paid to play, but it wasn't full time.
He had a job. He had a job that paid him his wage for RHM, right? And then on Saturdays, they paid him to play football. So he was only semi-pro because he wasn't full-time.
All right.
In those days, there were, well, even now, there's still lots of semi-pro
Lots of
footballers.
semi-pros.
Yeah. But, I mean, to play semi-pro is good level.
Yeah, I'm going to say, yeah, well, obviously.
I played semi-pro. Well, I didn't actually. Technically, I played amateur. There was a strong difference between amateur and pro. I played for a team called Dagenham in the days when there was a definite separation. So there'd be an amateur cup final, and there'd be the cup final. And in my first season with Dagenham, we got to the very last ever amateur cup final, and then they made all football open. To be honest with you, these amateurs, he was an amateur, but they were paying him in his boot. So it was officially amateur, but unofficially semi-pro.
Semi-pro.
That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, he could have played for England amateur 11, having played for, was it Parklands Rovers?
Yeah.
And he wouldn't have been paid. If they'd have found out he was being paid unofficially, they wouldn't have let him play for England. England amateur 11. That's right, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. But he played at a good level.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nearly as good as me.
Yeah, I did. Nearly as good as you. But what I loved was having to learn to use the other foot because they eventually became normal. So it didn't matter which
Normal
foot-
for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't matter where the ball came. If it came on my right, came on my left. If he wanted the ball to his feet, he'd get it off either foot.
That's true, because we still play.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And we love it, don't we?
We
Pat?
do indeed, yes.
And we ain't bad for oldie goldies.
Not right, not bad. Okay, so we've touched on girlfriends, and we've touched on sport, education in general. So, what about travel? Where is your favourite place in the world to go and visit as a tourist?
I don't say the pub.
No. My favourite place to go is probably California.
Correct. 10 points.
There you go.
He's doing well with these blooming mastermind questions. He's got 30 out of 40 so far. We're doing okay. Okay, narrow it down. Anywhere in California specifically?
No, I can't remember now.
No, we do have a problem with you and your memory, don't we?
Well, I
really?
do a bit, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the good news is that hopefully we're going back to California next year.
Yeah, so I'll probably find out where I went.
There he is. He's wanted. Here's the
Oh.
poster. I claim the rewards. I claim the rewards. The dreaded Kev is back in town.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go.
Brilliant.
You can go and pay that hotel bill that you ran away from.
I could, yeah. And sadly, my friend who lives there isn't with us anymore,
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
which is a shame because they would have took us.
I actually looked at California
Everywhere.
on a map because I don't travel. It's big, isn't it?
It's bloody huge.
Oh.
We did...
It's bigger than
My wife and I did...
this country.
It is bigger, about 8 times or something.
Bigger.
I was... my wife and I were touring California a few years ago, and the guide was saying, compared to the UK, how big it is geographically, and not only that, financially. Their kind of GDP, or whatever you call it, is bigger than Britain. You know, it's bigger than that. Yeah, California's a gigantic place. But you don't realise how big America is.
No.
A few years ago, I discovered and got these thousands of air miles accumulated over the years. And I thought, wonder what that'll get me, right? So I went on wherever you go to find out, and it got me enough. I had enough air miles to fly me and Sue to New York. I thought, whoa, that's great. And I'd already decided to go and visit cousins over there who'd moved over there donkeys years ago. I'd arranged it. I'd been in touch. Said, look, we're coming over to Salt Lake, blah, blah, blah. Great. So I thought, right, well, we'll fly to New York free, and then we'll hire a car and we'll drive to Salt Lake City. Till I found out how fucking far away it was. we got 10-day holiday. It's a fucking 10-day drive to it's 2,500 miles or something ridiculous. 2,000 miles. So that's 200 miles a day. That's a holiday fucked. So we didn't drive.
But I told you this, but I had an aunt of mine, and I forget who it was, some sister or whatever of hers, was in America. And her son, my aunt's son, Jimmy, was flying over to New York. And she called this, whatever, friend of hers, or whatever, it doesn't matter what it was, asked if she could pick him up from the airport. Now, this person she was phoning was on the west coast of America, and he's flying into the east coast. And she said, "Can you pick him up from the airport?" And she said, "Joyce, you are closer to the airport than I am." And when you think of it like that we are closer to the east coast of America than the west coast.
Yeah.
You think, Christ, it's fucking big.
It's unbelievable to know.
That tells you how small we are. Well, this country.
Only geographically. We're huge economically.
Oh, we are.
Well, Kev, you're doing well so far. You got something like 40 points out of 50. So,
Oh, that's not too bad, is it?
We'll move on to a different subject, shall we? Yeah. So, did you enjoy being at school in general?
I loved being at school. When I got to probably 7 or 8 years of age.
Really?
When I got into my sport, yeah.
Oh, right.
I loved it then.
So, really, school for you just meant sport?
Yeah.
And not women, girls, females?
Well, a few of them. If they could play tennis, I'd go out with them.
Dear me, love it. Yeah, that's one of my big regrets when I was about 12, 13, 14.
Well, not playing tennis.
Yeah, well, the thing was, but when I was a kid, we came from, I think we've all come from a fairly basic background, working class background, haven't we?
Uh-huh.
Not a lot of money flying around for any of us, really. And tennis always struck me as being an expensive sport.
Oh, I was joking. I thought you were trying to
Oh no,
start
seriously.
talking about women.
No, seriously. No, that comes into it because I used to play cricket from when I was 12 onwards at my local cricket club, but they had a tennis club like joined onto it, and I'd walk down the path to turn right to go to the cricket, and if I turn left there were the tennis courts, and the crumpet in those very short skirts and stuff. I just was, why not me? You know.
What, you wanted to wear a skirt?
Well, if I had to. Anything to get next to those bloody women, I tell you what. So you had the chance, really, if you were playing tennis. All these lovely, lovely ladies in
They were gorgeous.
super short skirts.
No, they would have been in the male tennis, wouldn't he?
Well, they would have played a bit of mixed doubles, I would hope.
I did. And but it's weird because I met my special lady at the squash club.
I think this next question has just loomed.
Fire away.
And who was this special lady at the squash
The mother of my son.
Oh.
Excellent.
Mum.
Good. Don't mention any names.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
He's okay, he won't mind.
No.
Your ex might.
Oh, true. Yeah. So we won't mention.
So hang on, have we leapt forward in time here now?
Yeah, just a
This is
little
like
bit, yeah.
years
So,
after-
so you were playing squash, and this lady was in the squash club.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doing aerobic.
in a very short skirt.
Well, doing aerobics.
Oh,
So,
aerobics.
yeah.
Oh.
So pretty fit.
Right. Lucky you.
And how old were you at this point?
I'm probably in my early 30s.
Really? Gosh, that's quite old to hit on the. I don't know. It's not the wrong word. Hit on to come across. Oh, that's not a bad word. Find.
A young lady.
No, you're a special lady. I mean,
special lady.
Yeah. I mean, you've had special ladies in your life, haven't you? How old were you when you found your favourite special lady? She might not be special now, and she certainly might not be favourite now, but, you know.
I was... Hang on, I've got to do the maths. Hang on. 38.
Oh, that's quite old as well. Shit. That's weird, that, because I was only 22.
Oh, God, no.
No, I
I
was
was
22.
enjoying life too much then.
Well, so was I, but this young lady that I was besotted with, and we were technically engaged for a while. I think I was 22. She was a bit younger than me, shall we say. Yeah, I can't believe 38 and 30 odd, that's crazy. Man, I suppose you were living life and if you moved bonky.
Oh, no, that's that one. Don't forget I had a previous marriage as well.
Oh.
Yeah, but
right.
that's not...
That's not quite so special. Know what you mean?
One, it didn't last very long at all.
Oh, no, right. Well,
And that was only a couple of years before. Hang on, 38, 37, 36, 35. for that
right,
one.
okay. But I mean, I've got to say, I can see the advantages of that, especially being a bloke. But I got this kind of need or desire to have someone next to me that was like there all the time. I didn't want to be playing the field. There was a time when I was playing the field. Obviously, it was fun chasing, and you made to chat up birds and all this sort of stuff. But I got to the point where I thought I need not to be chasing. I need just to be.
Yeah, I get that.
Did you ever get to that point?
Yeah, I think-
because you'd have been obviously you'd been chasing birds until you were 35,
Well,
and then came along.
But when you get
and-
somebody special, everybody else goes out the
Afraid-
window.
That's right. Yeah.
Goes out the window.
Good thinking.
And you
10
just-
more points for that, don't you think?
Excellent.
Definitely.
Did you say points or pints?
You've cracked that joke once.
Have I? Sorry
Yeah,
about
they did hear it. I know your memory's.
Yeah, well, my memory's brilliant.
Look, if you can drink 10 pints,
No.
I'll let no one buy you 10 pints.
No, you're all right. I can drink 4. I'm happy
Okay,
with
then.
that.
Well, he can buy you 2 and I'll buy you 2.
Northern prices.
How was that?
There you
Oh,
go.
Northern prices only, yes.
Oh, well, of course. We're not gonna, we don't want southern ones, do
We
we?
are the Northern boys.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, so we've done school. Oh,
What age were you when you learnt to tie your own shoelaces?
How old was I? Probably about 6.
Can you still tie them now?
No.
Can you reach them now?
No, I just slip them on.
he has a butler does it for him.
Yeah.
We're going back in time now, Norm, instead of moving on.
Well, at this rate, when we got into his marriages and all that, like, we were getting to his, what
we
his
just go
plans for the-
sideways. We go sideways into his life. So
Yeah, we've got, some time to fill. And before we know it, we're going to be saying what he's planning for his funeral.
Oh.
And then we're going to run out of...
I don't know.
No.
Some good
I'd
ideas.
float back down again, mate.
We're not talking about paranormal now. All right, we're talking about you, Mr. Kev, the life of Kev.
Not paranoid, no. Okay.
Paranoid, yeah. No, I had a thought which got out of my head. It'll come back in a minute.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
Another one.
Well, he has
I do get-
occasional
I get the
thoughts.
occasional thoughts, yes.
Yeah.
Some of which are completely banned from publication
So,
or
the
broadcast.
suit. Obviously, you're well famous for the suit and tie, I would say.
All right, let's drag it forward to 2 years ago.
Legend. yeah.
There's no cares. Who cares? It's erratic.
Right, so tell us about the suit.
Oh, the suit. Well, I was told I was invited to Sutton Park. Sorry, I was invited to Sutton Park by a good friend of mine, and I thought,
You've
well,
got
he
a
has
friend. We'll ask about that in a
Well,
minute.
his name's Patrick, and I said, "What's the dress code?" And he said, "Smart casual." So I ended up in a pinstripe, and they were absolutely gobsmacked.
So have you done work where you've had to wear a suit?
Yeah, for many years.
Oh, go on.
Well, I was in the entertainment business, so I had to wear a suit.
But you wore a suit for your day job as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
What was your first day job?
My first day job was working in a warehouse.
Well, that wouldn't be a suit, would it?
No,
That'd be an overall sweeping up.
Yeah,
the shit.
but well, not sweeping up shit because it was a shoe company and they had 7 branches, and I worked at head office, and round the back of the office was the facility to supply all the shoes.
So you worked in the warehouse to start with.
Yeah,
Okay. Did you have to wear a suit for that?
no,
No.
but I had to wear. Then I went into the shop 3 days. Well, probably an hour, 2 hours every other day.
Right. So
and
then
I-
you had to wear a suit because you were at the sharp end.
to look smart.
Right.
But the front of the shop overlooked ATV Studios in Aston Cross,
Oh, we're going to start name dropping now.
and I
1 point per name you drop.
well, I won't drop any.
Go on, yeah, go on. You
Well, I can't remember them. It's that long ago. But
Cop
anyway,
out.
Well, Crossroads. Whoever was in Crossroads or whatever, they used
Benny.
to. Yeah, and if
Paul,
you,
Madge.
Paul Henry, his name was.
well,
He
anyway,
was
they,
Benny.
they
With his
used to
little hat.
stroll. They used to stroll in the shop to buy, and I had to try take them out to make sure they got the right size shoe.
Miss Diane.
Miss Diane.
Miss Diane, the right sized shoes.
Right. Okay. So that was where you first had to wear a suit. When you
Yeah,
were
because
working.
when you were entertaining people because the studio, the shop was across the road from the studios, and the studios were all, well, to me, they were all film stars.
Yeah.
They were all
were film
famous.
stars,
Well, they were all
TV
crossroads
stars.
and
Brilliant.
stuff like that.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay. So after absolutely. Shall we give him 5 points for that?
Yeah,
He
go on,
didn't
then.
mention any famous
He
names.
didn't, he
but-
didn't drop
no,
any
he
names.
No,
kept quiet.
well, whatever. Well, they might not want to know him. They might not want to be associated with him. Now he's a northern boy.
Oh, yeah.
So that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
They're probably
That's if-
jealous.
That's if they're still alive, of course.
Yeah, they're probably not.
So what was your next job after your shoe shop?
After the shoe shop, what did I do after the shoe shop? I'm trying to think now.
If you're
Well,
trying to...
it was either, I remember from way back, either double glazing or RHM.
Right, it was Rankovis McDougall.
Right.
I think.
Didn't want to mention the name, but never mind. There you
Oh.
are. There's more product work for you.
All right, we won't mention the name.
We'll take 10% each.
And what is that?
Oh, Rang Hovis McDougall. Tell them all about it.
Oh, Rankovis McDougall were a company that merged. Originally, I worked for a company called Thomas Bell, and Thomas Bell were based in Nottingham, and they manufactured a product called Biro flour.
Oh, so Hovis as in Ovis bread.
Yes,
Well, sort
In the
of,
bike
yeah.
up the hill.
Yeah.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, and Biro flour. So they were based in Nottingham, and they merged with a company called Rankovis McDougall, and that they produced McDougall's flour.
Yeah,
So
well,
there
the thing is, if I could just elucidate,
Okay.
Rank is a huge conglomerate. The film company, J. Arthur, and all that sort of stuff, right? But he branched out into other stuff. McDougall's is a famous flour
Yeah.
company, and Hobie's obviously is another one. So Rank just took over it all.
McDougall's,
and
was it?
they sucked him into it as well.
Wasn't that the advert with the little
Sorry.
guy in a bowler hat? McDougall's flour. Sure it was.
That could have been Spillers.
If you remember, no,
could have been Spillers. Anyway,
Yeah,
so you wore a
McDougall's
suit.
McDougall's from down south, London, and Biro were up north.
And,
Sort
and,
of,
and Rank dragged them together.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
10 points for that.
Okay.
Well done, yeah. And you wore a suit for that?
No, I was smart casual.
Smart casual with an overall.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
Now then, listen, my mum...
With a tie, of course.
Here's one for you. My mum was a massive fan of Biro flour. Massive fan. Mainly because they gave away a recipe book.
Yeah.
So tell us about the Biro recipe book,
Well,
Kev.
the recipe books got me into so many houses. Sorry.
Beds.
Well, not quite. Many girlfriends.
Yes. He shagged so many housewives just because they wanted a bloody Biro cookbook and he got free supply of them.
Yeah, he's very rude.
No,
I was
I'm just telling the truth.
No, I could just kiss him below the neck, that was all.
You just kissed them below the neck.
Yeah.
Love it.
Shoulder.
Yeah, well
Not
done.
below the shoulder.
Well done, mate.
Good boy.
Well done.
Well
but
behaved.
seriously, the Biro books were like currency, weren't they?
Oh, because in those days, what did you got? It was either, your mum and dad or your mum taught you, mostly it would be girls, that would teach to cook because fellas didn't.
yeah.
In
so-
those
I mean,
days,
what years are we talking here?
50s, 60s.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way it was in those days. But honestly, my mother swore by this Biro recipe book. Absolutely
it
swore by
was
it. She
amazing,
loved it. Absolutely loved it, yeah. But I mean, he'd use it as currency. And you also used to trade some of your goods, didn't you? Do you remember?
Yeah.
If you got a damaged
Oh.
bag of something,
Yeah. They used to go crazy for those Biro recipes.
Got to find this book.
They were just
It's got to
amazing.
be still kicking
Yeah, we
around
got it.
somewhere,
There's
hasn't
got
it?
to be one somewhere around.
Got to be
well,
somewhere.
I would think they're out of print, but yeah.
Yeah.
10 points for the Biro recipe book.
If you can find a Biro recipe book and show us a picture, oh,
Yes,
We found one.
Free
No.
ticket. Free tickets to the next. No, we can't say that. Anyway, coming back to this RHM.
you were going to say free tickets to anyone sending us a Biro book.
Yes. When I ended up with about 20 of them.
yeah, you get 200 of.
That would be funny, wouldn't it? Anyway, coming back to this. So, when you worked for Rankovis McDougall, you had a van.
I did, yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, the van was a 5-tonner. Empty, it was a 2-tonner. And when it was full, it was a 3-tonner flour.
Full of what? Flour.
3 ton of
Yeah.
flour.
Oh, Christ almighty. yeah.
And we would be doing that, all over the place. And the beauty of that was we did the top bestsellers in the country, which was McDougall's and Biro.
Well, we'll give him 5 points for that because he only half answered the question.
So
Okay?
when
Because,
you-
hang on, in the old days, to pull a bird, you had to have wheels. Correct?
Yes.
That's one of my biggest problems because I didn't pass my driving test till I was about 27. I had a motorbike. And it's not really, hey, shall we go out down the disco tomorrow night? Yeah, I'll pick you up. On the motorbike? Don't think so. However, Kev...
Used to go out in his 5-ton lorry in my best suit with this wonderful green lorry with a big bag of beer over plastered all over the side. So when I used to take them out, they used to absolutely have a wonderful time. And they said, what have you brought us with? Why are you taking us out in your beer lorry? I said, because it's self-raising, darling.
That's in the days before Viagra. I
Yes,
hasten to add.
true, very true.
That's a dreadful gag.
It wasn't a gag.
No, but you did, didn't you? You used to take birds out in your bloody van.
I used to take
didn't
them
you?
out, yeah. And he loved it. But I used to have to help them get in.
Oh yeah, especially with the short
Yeah,
skirts.
because they all got mini skirts. and yes, so I used to, and then if they wanted to bring a friend, they could sit in the middle.
I'd like to point out that this is like going back in time, isn't it? I've not heard the phrase birds for a long time.
Sorry. Well, do you know what? There have been discussions about descriptions of women. My wife likes being called a bird. As long as there's a prefix, as in sexy or beautiful or whatever, she doesn't mind being called a bird. She finds it endearing. Whereas these wokery misogynist, no, what's the opposite of misogynist? Manogynist, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, move on.
Well, it's better than being called a bloke, isn't it?
Do you know what? The only thing I don't want to be called is a CUNT, all right?
Yeah, I can
You can call me
understand.
anything else you like except that.
Yeah.
That's when I start throwing punches.
Well, I can
Okay?
understand that.
As long as you're close enough.
And I'm sure that people don't. They respect, don't they?
No, they just... whatever. Yeah,
Anyway, old man, shut up.
Yes, young man.
Hey, actually, in this company, I am, aren't
You are, yeah.
I? I'm the baby of the band.
Well,
I'm Baby Spice.
yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
want
we'll have to...
your nappy changed?
You put me across your knee and tan me ass.
What can I
You have
say?
to pay for that.
I'm sure you'd enjoy it, though.
I'm sure you
So,
would.
Kevin, we're up to about something like 60 points out of 80 so far. You're doing quite well
Oh, well,
on
that's-
this mastermind.
Right, so you've got your empty flower van.
Oh, that I used to fill with birds.
No,
What,
and did you call,
Custard?
Yeah,
and did you say, all right, flower?
I did. And
Didn't you come up with the first dried mashed potato?
I think we did.
What was
yeah.
it called?
Well, that's
Smash.
Smash.
No, that was...
No, that had the alternative, I think. What was it called?
I didn't know there was another one.
Yeah. I can't.
Oh, well, never mind. Mike.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember him telling me a story over a beer sometime when he was crying in his beer, recalling old times about this smash being a mash that... Was it Wonder Mash?
No.
No. Anyway, smash was one of the instant mashed potatoes you could buy.
Yeah.
But RHM came up with an alternative, I can't remember what it was. All right, move on. Now then, so you said you were in the entertainment business earlier on. So in what capacity?
I was a disc jockey.
Wow.
And this is what got you into doing the sounds for the Northern Boys and all
right,
that years later.
Yeah, so I was a disc jockey, and I was working opposite the studios in Aston Cross, and I used to get loads of work with fairly popular bands, put it that way, that were quite well known, but they needed somebody to sort of introduce them and I suppose make them better than they probably were, some of them.
Hype them up, you mean?
Yeah. So that was great fun, and I used to do the warm the crowd up with the right kind of music, and then the band would come on, do the first set, which was probably 45 minutes, and then I'd do the middle, and then they'd come on and blast away and do the headline, and then I'd come on at the end and finish the night off so they could all get up and have a dance.
But the upside of that, or the little bonus add-on, was the afterwards sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you couldn't technically drink while you were working.
No.
And neither could the bands. And the trouble is, you were working till midnight.
Yes, true.
By which time, in those days, all the pubs shut.
Yeah.
So for bonus 10 points, where did you go for your late night drinking?
We used to go to the Elbow Room,
10 points.
which is quite a famous nightclub.
I'll give you 1 point per famous name that you met in there.
Ozzy Osbourne.
1 point.
Who else did I meet? Bob Bunkhouse.
2,
Norman Wisdom.
3.
And loads of others, because they all used to... They didn't know where to go after they'd finished work because the TV studios were over the road. And when they finished sort of at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, where do we go?
Elbow Room.
Yeah.
Great name for a bar.
It is, isn't it? It's fabulous, yeah.
really good.
No, it really was a hot
And we used to
spot for
meet all sorts, Black Sabbath, just amazing
Another
bands.
point.
The Birmingham bands, basically.
Amazing bands.
Yeah. Well, not just Birmingham.
Rolling
bands, but
Stones, all
Yeah.
sorts.
Yeah. All the bands that played in Birmingham would go to the Elbow
Yeah.
Room for their...
Because they didn't know where to go, and
Did
they
you
used
just
to
throw
ask.
in the Rolling Stones then?
Sorry?
Did you just throw in the Rolling
Well,
Stones?
a couple of them would turn up, yeah.
I'm gonna get... I didn't name them, but I give him 2 points for that as well. Okay. The only Rolling Stone I ever met, if we just digress, the only Rolling Stone I ever met, right, was Bill Wyman. And it was just the most amazing coincidence. I was 16 or 17. I was at school, and I was in the school orchestra, and I played the cello. And every year we had a speech day, and the speech day happened the evening, the presentations were done at the Free Trade Hall in Manchester. I mean, a really big, nice venue. Well, it turns out that the Stones had got a gig there at the weekend, and we'll be there on the Friday doing the speech day thing. And I was making my way to the Free Trade Hall for a rehearsal. And literally, as I turned to go into the Free Trade Hall, literally bumped into Bill Wyman coming out because they'd been rehearsing.
Amazing.
Absolutely unbelievable. I was just too gobsmacked to say anything, apart from apologise for knocking him over, because he wasn't very big, and I got a cello in my hand. Yeah. So that's my claim to fame. But do I get a point for that? Oh no, he's the one.
Of course you do. But what was amazing, they were lovely to talk to. I mean, they weren't like over the
Of
top.
their own asses.
But this nightclub that we used to go to in Aston Cross, opposite the studios, they didn't know where to go when they finished. They wanted to chill out. So where do we go? So I used to meet them all.
Is the
Lots of
Elbow
them.
Room still there? Is it still there?
I don't know.
I don't think it is.
Don't think anymore.
It's in the
no.
building, is, but
Probably.
Well, maybe not even that, because there's been so many changes in
Over the years, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was all great fun, though.
Yeah, fantastic. Well done. So really, that's where you got your background into helping out finding clips from tracks for us lot.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Yep.
Brilliant. So you really got quite a broad, what's the word, library, if that's the wrong word, collection in your brain of the kind of tunes and riffs and stuff like that. Spectrum.
Well,
spectrum of
I
sound.
like it.
it helped me because wherever I did a disco, I would entertain that crowd. It didn't matter whether they were 18 or 80. I'd play the right music at the right time for the right people.
Brilliant. Good feel.
And I loved it. And what was very popular was rock and roll in those days.
Right, it still is with the older folk.
Yeah, and I can still jive. And my sisters taught me to do that because I've got 5 sisters. And I was the only lad, and I had to dance with them.
Yeah. Well, we used to do a bit of jiving, didn't we? We used to get
Oh,
'em up.
yes, we did indeed. I will hopefully do it again to
Yeah.
show Kev's
I think
skills.
so.
up.
I had some good times when we were doing that.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, well, they
You
look-
only chose bloody birds to come on the bloody stage.
No.
Yes, you did. Oh, apart from that guy that dressed like, was it a frog or a giraffe or something?
What,
Oh, yeah.
what made me laugh was the ones who could jive was great, but the ones who didn't couldn't jive properly. You'd spin them, and you do a spin, and then you come back to take them, and they disappear.
They weren't there, yeah.
It's
Yeah, 'cause
gone
they're
off.
falling off the
Brilliant.
stage.
Absolutely brilliant.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So after RHM, can you remember what you did?
Oh, yeah, I'd forgotten about that. Like,
No, well,
Kev's life,
I'm
innit?
trying to keep it chronological.
Yeah,
you know
well
what I mean?
done.
So that
After
so
rank.
so you can think logically about what
No, I'd
it's
forgotten
like.
we were
It's
doing
about
Kev's
the
life.
life of Kevin, okay?
Yeah.
What I
And
did-
let's really go back onto the young lady. So you met the young lady at squash, and how long were you with her?
Probably about 3.5, 4 years.
4 years.
Maybe.
And in that time, you had a son.
A wonderful son called.
Wonderful.
called-
Yes, well, we're not sure we should mention his name.
Okay,
just
we
yet,
won't mention his
in
name
case
then.
he didn't want to be mentioned.
Oh, probably we
but,
won't.
but I have met him, and he's a top lad.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
an excellent footballer,
He is.
and he's quite well educated, very well educated.
Can he use both feet as well?
He
Well,
certainly
yeah, when he
bloody
was
can.
little, I wouldn't let him use his
Wrong foot.
wrong foot. He had to use the right. And then when he was, after about 2 years, he can use the other one.
Yeah,
Because I told him he could only play with that foot.
yeah.
And then he developed that. And I said he can use the other one now.
Yeah,
Well done, yeah.
And he was 2 foot.
yeah. He joined us on our Friday night a couple of times. He's excellent, nice lad as well. Excellent footballer.
It's a cracking football.
We were hoping he could come to our gig in The Hague.
Ah, yeah, oh, it's him.
Yes, yes.
Nice.
The one where Kevin got snaffled, kidnapped, and rehypnoled. Oh, was it? No, it wasn't rehypnol, was it? It was the other stuff. LSD. Yeah, and went on a trip. Went on a trip that he doesn't know where he was, and neither do we. And you know what? I don't think he does. But anyway, we still managed to do the gig.
Yeah, we got back.
We got back all right, yeah.
We had a great time.
Right, okay. And are you still in touch with your lovely lady or not?
Yeah?
You still get on okay?
Yeah, we're all right.
Oh, that's good. That's
Get
good.
on quite pleasant.
Excellent. Well, you brought up a very well balanced boy, I've got to say.
Yeah, he's a lovely
excellent.
lad.
So I'm going to be 10 points bonus for that.
Thank you very much, Patrick.
So I think we're up to about 75 out of 90 so far.
We ain't doing too
So
bad then, are
we're
we?
doing all right, aren't we? Yeah.
Mellow yellow, eh?
Yeah. So, what would you say was the lowest point of your life? To
Lowest
just drag
point?
it down just for a few minutes.
I think it was working at the shoe company.
Really?
Yeah.
Why was that low?
Because I didn't feel like I was going. I'd done everything, and I'd got, right to the top. I got all the designer shoes, and I knew where I was going with all that. But they weren't going anywhere. They were just plodding along, and I thought, I'm better than this.
So you were in a rut, you felt?
Sort of, yeah.
Right.
But I was working opposite ATV Studios, and all the stars used to come in, and Kev, because I got the first one, which I can't remember, if somebody had a Crossroads, one of the stars, to buy some shoes, and of course they recommended everybody else. And if you go in there, ask for Kev.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
good.
right.
So-
But that was still the lowest point, yeah?
Yeah, that was good fun.
Yeah, it's all right. Okay, well, let's move on to the highest point then. What's the pinnacle of your career so far? Prior to, of course, being
The
a part
Northern Boys.
of the Northern Boys.
Being a northern boy. Sorry.
Would it be a football thing? Or would it be having...
I think having a would be right up there. That was fantastic.
Yeah. So were you present at the birth?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, well.
Were you
was
present at the conception?
No.
Oh, that was a bit naughty.
I got invited at the last minute.
10 points for that one. Well done, the dreaded Kev. That was good. I like that one. I mean, it was a bit naughty, that question, but
It was a bit, yeah.
he answered it very well.
Yeah, we did all right. We got there, didn't we, lads? And life goes on,
Good.
does it not?
Good. Yeah, it does.
Indeed, it does.
Yeah. And were you surprised? Were you pleased and surprised when I invited you to come along to music video?
Was I a surprise?
Yeah.
No, I was excited.
Oh, good. And you were looking forward to it?
Absolutely, mate.
Okay. Correct. 5 points.
Oh, I think 15.
Oh, 15?
I think 15
Oh, all
points
right
for
then.
that.
Fine, well,
Sorry, well,
Been excited to come in and...
I'll be overridden by the other judge.
okay.
But you didn't know what to expect, did you?
No, not really.
No.
But then I open mind, you know, and whatever comes to you.
But he did give us the best ending to a video that we've made.
I think you're right there.
The one of urinating in the
Oh,
bush.
I was going to say, see if you can remember.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Can
well,
you remember?
Yeah, splashback. Lovely.
10 out of 10, 10 bonus points for wit on that one. Splashback, I love it. Yeah, that was excellent, that was.
Yeah, the field of cows.
Oh, yeah. You can't beat the odd cow here and there.
No, that's true. And there were a few very odd cows in there, weren't
yeah,
there?
there was a few
Yeah.
How
others,
far
yeah.
are we from the park here?
About 10 minutes.
It's all right.
Well, it's a huge place, so that there are so many different gates you can get in
Yeah.
at.
All
I mean, the nearest one is where I picked you up from the station. There's a gate like probably 200 yards from where I picked you up.
All right.
200 or 300 yards, yeah. That one's called Town Gate.
And that's a 20-minute walk from here.
Yeah.
So on a nice day, I'll do it.
Yeah, I mean the park has endless numbers of stories, good, some bad. I mean, I think he and I were in that park at the same time, back in 1958, because in 1958 they held the World Scout Jamboree there, and I know I was there, and he was there as well. Now the park's something like 9 miles round, so work out how much actual area that is.
Oh, the circumference is 9.
Yes, yeah.
Well,
So
it's pi
it's-
times r squared, so give me a minute.
Oh, no. Don't go down that route. No, we were in the same place. It's like me and you being both from Salford-ish, and me and him bumping into each other, and not bumping into each other, but could have done, in Sutton Park.
Yeah.
You know, in 58. Crazy. Because we're both the same age, give or take 3 months. Yeah.
But that was very special.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was amazing.
What was special about it for you?
I think probably the lady that ran the country.
Oh, it was the Queen there. 58. Yeah, she was on the throne now,
Yeah,
wasn't she?
she
Yeah.
turned up. Yeah.
I've got some bad news for you. She didn't actually run the country.
Well, she tried.
No, she just was a nice lady who looked at stuff and went, yes, that's
Yeah.
yes, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that's fine. Yes, that's fine. When it wasn't, she'd say to him, "Boy, get rid of that or else I'll kick your head in." But nobody saw those bits of her.
No.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, but that's how it went. That's what it became. But in the old days, they used to run it, didn't they?
Oh, in the old days,
Royalty.
of course they did, until, what's his name? Not Napoleon, what's the other guy's name? Cromwell decided that wasn't fair.
Oliver.
Well, in his wisdom, I mean, he had some good bits and some bad bits. His bad bits still float around today. But
They do a little, don't they?
Yeah. Well, that brings us into your sort of ethnic background now. Cromwell, there's a link, trust me.
Yeah, I'm all ears.
Yeah. Well, you know, your background, you were born in England, but you were born of Irish parentage.
Oh, I was, yeah.
Fine. So there's an affinity with you with the Emerald Isle.
Oh, definitely, because my dad came from Southern Ireland, which was County Mayo, and my mum came from County Louth, which were not that far from, but, you know, they were obviously in the same area. But amazingly, they met in London in the Second World War, working because our lads were out fighting. with the, with the big war. So they met in London and got together, got married, and had 8 children.
So when did they come to Birmingham?
I think, trying to think, probably,
Before you were born?
no, it was after, so I think it was...
So you were born in London then, not Sutton?
No, I was born locally.
Okay. So they must have moved up here first then?
Yeah, they did.
Okay. I know it's a long time ago, Kev.
Yeah, it's hard to remember.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'd been prepared for it, I would have been able to...
Done your
What, have you been
research.
prepared for being born? God,
No,
we could all have organised that better, couldn't we?
to tell you the story.
Yeah, no. Well, we just, hey, it's the life of Kev.
Yeah.
Or what Kev can remember of the life of
Well,
Kev.
of course. I mean,
But you're doing all right so far, Kev.
Oh,
For heaven's sake, you're doing really well.
thank you very much.
You got 75 points out of 90 so
Yeah,
far.
Well, that's pretty good, isn't it?
Absolutely fantastic. And when you get to 100, it's time to quit.
Yeah, true.
You get the kettle on.
Yeah, well, we could do that if
Yeah,
you
we
want a
could
cup
do.
of tea.
So, you retired at some stage from work. Yeah, you were working for rank and then you were working for somebody else. Did you not get into this very, what's the word, lucrative double glazing business at one stage in your life?
I did, yeah.
5 points. For being honest. Well, come on, who admits to being a double
glazing
glazing
salesman?
For heaven's sake.
Yeah.
In fact, give him 10 points for that.
Were you knocking on doors and going, do you want to buy double
No,
glazing?
we used to go by appointments because we were a quality company. So we had
What he means is he had monkeys out there knocking on doors, getting appointments for him. So he stepped in as the second step.
Not to mention the company, but was it named after a very large mountain?
No, but most of the business was repeat because it was referred because of the quality of the work.
Because you went round and broke the windows.
No, that's because the quality of the work, mate.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure you call it repeat business. Referred business, I
Referred.
understand, but
Yeah,
repeat
because he would be going back
Here's
to the
some
same
double glazing.
place.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
lasts you a week and then bring you some more.
Yeah, bringing some more and triple you.
But that was quite successful for you, wasn't it?
It was wonderful.
Yeah, you worked for a company and
I did, yeah.
and you were quite a successful salesman, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
So go on, give us a bit of patter. How would he? I open the door,
Oh, no,
and what do you say?
well, I was already invited, mate, because
All
that's how professional we were. So I'd come to you and you'd want me to come in because you knew I wasn't going to rip you off. I was going to look after you because we were quality, because we had qualifications.
Yeah, he's good, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He's already. He's almost
But-
seamlessly went into
I
your
know.
sales
Oh
pitch
yes.
there.
Oh yes. It covers up well, doesn't he? So as well as double glazing, wasn't there a thing you did? I hesitate to use the word cladding because that now has not very nice connotations. But did one of your companies do like covering fronts of houses with stuff, shingles or white stuff?
Can't remember, Pat.
No, you can't remember that. Okay, maybe that was just a passing, whatever job.
I mean, if I'd have done a bit of rehearsing, I might have remembered.
Rehearsing? What's rehearsing?
Oh, reversing.
Excuse me. Oh, that's more like it, yeah. Right, okay, so can you remember when you actually retired from a paid job?
Probably about 40, I think.
40, that's like 20, that's 37 years ago.
Yeah.
I would say, actually, yeah, from my memory, because that's when I met him 37 years ago originally. Well, just about 35 years ago, maybe. Here's another thing for you. I'll tell you this one in a minute. We met because we both were invited to join a business, okay? And the guy that invited me also invited him. So we both became part of this guy's group, didn't we?
We did.
So you decided that this business was going to make you enough money that you could retire from your job and just do this business.
Yeah.
Which we won't mention because it's product placement. Although actually it would suit me down to the ground to mention it because my wife's still involved. But we'll come on to that another time.
Okay.
Anyway.
That sounds really dodgy.
Yeah,
No,
doesn't
no,
it?
no, it's a perfectly
My wife
legitimate-
is one of the women involved.
Yeah.
There's several women on the books, but they only come by appointment.
I'll
Rephrase.
rephrase it. I'll
Yeah.
rephrase it in that my wife and I, somewhat part-time, are involved still with it, and it's very successful. I don't know why Kevin stopped doing it, really. But whatever, the thing is, Kev...
Got
well,
too
don't-
sore.
Well, no, it's not that. Now, behave yourself. Tisk. He drags it down now, Norman, doesn't he?
Well, he's
Right?
can't help it, can I?
That's what I'm here for.
Whatever. Anyway, it just happens that Kevin actually found an alternative business which used a similar marketing strategy, which became very successful for him, and which he only really retired from a couple of years ago. And that wasn't what he wanted, it was accidental, unfortunately. We'll walk with the detail. But that was very successful too, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's been quite a businessman in his time, haven't you?
Oh, I had some fun. I never
But do you-
enjoyed the journey.
Do you enjoy retirement?
I love it, mate, because you can do
Right.
what you want when you want.
10 points. Good, we're up to 85 now. 15 more to go and you're
Yeah,
in business.
yeah.
So, did you ever imagine that when you retired from your various businesses and paid paid jobs, whatever the word is, employment, or self-employment in your case, did you ever imagine being invited to be part of a rap outfit?
Not really.
Not really.
Not really.
Well, because it kind
Not,
of.
you mean not remotely?
Well, if you like.
Okay, that's a bit better. Isn't it? No. Well, do
It
you know
was
what?
something on the. It was on the cards, but you weren't sure.
Yeah, sort of, yeah. It was close.
Ooh, maybe I'll get involved in a rap trio
No, but it was a very
or go
fortuitous.
bowling.
It was a very fortuitous meet-up with this, me and Kev speaking, with this musical background, of course. Although he doesn't rap, fortunately, but he does his lovely jiggle about and
Yeah.
dance and stuff.
Legendary Diggle.
It's legend-
I run
it's
about
legendary.
fairly quickly, so they should have called me a rat artist, really. Because they're quite
Piss
fast.
artist.
A what artist?
Piss artist.
No, that's rude, mate.
There's a bit of that as well. But
Yeah,
but-
I've seen him at the rider. I've seen him in the fridge.
I'm sure you have.
He wears a suit because he's got the inside pocket for the bottle.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know, yeah. No, that soup ploy was quite a good move. Really.
Brilliant.
I used
Wonderful. Was it? It was basically. Would you say it was a wonderful kind of accident?
It certainly was a bloody accident.
But
The thing
it's
was,
become-
hang on, I came to pick him up, right? So it's midday, and we're supposed to be in the park at midday 30, 12:30, all right, or even earlier. And I pull up outside. He took us out in this bloody pinstripe suit, silk shirt, satin tie, blah blah. I'm saying,
The bee's knees.
Kev, which bit of smart casual didn't you understand? He says, well, I thought I could play the part of your international manager. I said, it's a fucking music video. You'll be told what you're doing. Oh, well, it's too late now. Gets in the car, off we tootle. We go, well, first of all, we get up to the park and the guys from South London are going, you've got cows in your park. Are there cows in all your parks? There's cows in our park. Who gives a shit? He gets out of the car and they go, Kev, whoa, spot on. I'm thinking, here's me bollocking him. And here's the boys going, yeah, wonderful, wonderful. But you know what? Hasn't it worked out well?
Oh yeah. Well, I actually get like some fans because we do have a couple. They've said
Two.
they wished that we sold T-shirts, but that we also sold Kev ties that he could sign at the end of the thing. You know, with
Really?
the little
Really?
elastic ones.
Well, it's funny you say that. We'll talk about it later. I've actually got quotes from a company to make ties. Really, seriously. We'll go into that later.
I like the way you did that, as if it's not picking it up.
Yeah.
It's called a theatrical aside.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you mean?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
And that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
But I mean, it's been just an amazing transition hasn't it? From what you were doing before, which was like nothing. Well, you weren't, were you?
I know, come on, Domino's on a Thursday.
Well,
I mean,
no,
nothing. What are you on about?
Well, you'd go out when you had
When I was
when you had a car
Yeah.
before you lost it.
That's another story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get to that. We've got
Yeah.
to tell that one.
Yeah. When you had a car, you could tootle around. You'd go and pick up the Tabor's keyboard player, and you'd go and see bands and stuff like that, didn't you?
Yeah,
You did a lot of that. Yeah.
I did a lot of
But
that.
you weren't.
But I was
actually
DJing.
working for a living.
Oh, no.
No, you weren't DJing after you quit the business. Not well. I had the business when the other business kind of fell out of your grasp.
Yeah.
You had to live on whatever the state would be generous to pay out, didn't you? Then.
Yeah. Well,
But you were doing all right because
semi-retired.
Semi-retired, yeah. Well, completely bloody retired. Jammy bleeder. You know, I retired. I was busy. Never was. Anyway, whatever. Yeah. But you would say that this transition into the Northern Boys icon has changed your life slightly.
So, yeah, it has a little bit, and it's got me.
1 point for understatement.
And it's got me into a new business,
And what's that?
supplying suits.
Well, do you know what?
Thank you.
I'm not sure whether at the moment he's supplying suits, but do you know what? There's a good chance we could get some bloody suit manufacturers to come on board. Bit of sponsorship.
A suit in time.
We won't. Write that down.
We don't need to write you down, mate. It's on camera.
He's got a rap going there. I think he's got
Yeah.
a rap.
Yeah.
There you go.
Give us a beat and we'll sort something out. Get some lyrics to that.
Wrapped it in one.
Nice one. Excellent. So, Mr. Kev.
Yes, Mr. Kev, he's here.
Yeah. Anything,
So what?
anything you want to add to your story?
Well, if you'd give me a bit of notice, I'll probably be loads of things.
So now,
Oh, yes, right. Now then, let's tell them a story. Let's tell them a story about, we played football one Friday night up at school, right? And you'd gone there under your own steam, in your own car, and I'd gone in my car. And we finished the football, and I said, right, I'll see you in the Tons. Yeah, okay, no problem, see you later. So off we tootle. Me and Bob and a couple of us arrive in the Tons. We're sitting there. We get him a pint in because we know what he drinks. The pint's sitting there. 30 minutes later, he's still not there. Oh, what's happened? Where is he? I said, well, he's probably still chatting to some of the guys. 40 minutes later, he's still not there. 45 minutes later, he turns up. So where you been? He said, looking for my car. What?
Okay.
What? He said, I've lost my car. I said, well, where did you have it last? I can't remember. I said, well, have you walked down? No, I drove down. Okay, so where did you park it? Well, I can't remember. And have you looked where it might be? He said, yeah, but it's not there. I said, have you reported to the police? It might have been stolen. Well, no, he said, I just can't remember where I left it. Well, I don't think he ever saw that car again. Even though it was found, he did eventually report it to the police as being stolen. It was found a fortnight later in Manchester. Right?
It's been stolen.
Right, it'd been stolen, but it was perfect. It hadn't been damaged. Someone just nicked it to drive home and then dumped it in Manchester. So anyway, so I said, well, go and get it. He says, I can't. I said, why not? He says, my driving license has run out. He says, and I can't renew it because I've got to get a doctor's note because blah, 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 blah. God. All right, never mind. Anyway, in the end, he was telling the story to a mate of ours. And this mate of ours went and collected it on condition that he could borrow it for a couple of weeks.
Oh, I know this is going now, don't we?
And Kev hasn't driven since. But the good news is, He's got a bus pass.
Yeah. No, I'm going to have some lessons.
What, in not losing cars?
No, to drive.
You don't need lessons.
Why not?
Because you just got to replace your licence if you want to drive. So, Kev, don't do it. Don't
No,
do it.
it's
Do
probably
not
not.
do it, mate. Honestly,
I mean, carry on not driving.
you don't need to.
Okay.
You've got me. You've
And
got
it-
a bus pass.
Yeah.
What else do you
Well, I
want?
like driving.
Did you feel that tension in the air just then?
No tension.
Kev behind the wheel.
I'm quite happy. He wants to wrap up, but
He doesn't want you to wrap up. He just wants to wrap up the session.
What bit of ignore me did you not?
did I not understand? Oh,
Okay.
all of it, mate.
But
Look,
the car is another escapade for
Look,
another
guys,
time.
guys,
We'll sort that out
we've,
tomorrow.
we've got to ignore him. All right, don't mention him.
No, okay. We won't
Whatever we
mention
do,
it.
don't mention him.
No.
No, I
All
wouldn't
right?
dream of it.
Otherwise,
Good
it
man.
breaks the fourth wall.
But he's
It
doing
ruins
a
the whole
great job,
illusion.
so don't, don't
He
get
is
him.
doing a great job.
Yeah, but don't get him too big-headed.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Anyway, so
Folks, any issues from this video, please put them in writing and send them to anywhere but us.
Yeah,
Bye
and
for
if
now.
you've any idea where Kev's car is,
yeah. Let us know.
do let us know in writing.
Yeah, a blue Ford
Yeah.
Fiesta.
And he's going back to his bike anyway. His three-wheeler.